Hello. Here on YouTube Live. Tonight we've got me, Matt, along with
Matt. No, I'm Jim.
and Matt.
And Matt.
So welcome to Mod with the Mats with special guest Jim down at the end. So glad you're here with us tonight. We're going to fix the camera angle because I don't really want to see my roof and my ceiling in my basement. So welcome. We're going to get the live chat up here in moments. So make sure you comment, like, and subscribe here to Model with the Mats. So, glad you're here. Wow, not too much of a delay tonight, so we like hearing that. So, make sure you pop in so you can see what we're doing tonight. So, you gotta show you a rookie mistake later on. That's my tease. Later on, you're going to see a rookie mistake. So, we're down here.
Really is painful.
Down here in the Matt Cave. Let's go and do the overhead cam here. So let's see. Matt.
Carpet monster.
That's why it's concrete floor, baby. Just bounces. So.
Thank you.
So.
My hero.
So we got Matt working on the GT there. Working on. Putting on some.
I don't know what you call these.
Vents, louvers.
Well, I mean, they're the
Quarter
decal
pounds.
that goes on these. That are the vents.
Quarter pounds?
No. Quarter pounds are in here.
So yeah, so we got Matt there on the side cam there. So we have that, and then over on the booth cam, jumping over there. Jim is working on a vignette.
Yep. Oh, we got the cam? Okay, cool.
There you go. There you get the cam.
Ryan and John say hi.
Alright. Hey, Ryan. Hey, John.
And then I will also be starting her.
So there we go. That's what Jim is going to be working on. So this will put in the trips cams now, so you can see everything that's going on. So if you got any questions, fire away. And we'll answer those best we can. Let's see, like, share, and subscribe as always. And I'm working on the F15 a little bit. Then we'll talk a little bit about the Ford GT, and hopefully do a little bit on the Chinook tonight too. So got those all taken care of and all working out. So
the chin hook.
Yeah. So
Chin hook. All right, I need someone like crystal clear.
So, little tip here. So you can see the missiles here are in black. There we go. To get a nice glossy white, paint them black first, then put the white over it. Then you can see where they're at. You can see how much coverage you got.
Yours ready for white?
Mine are ready for white. So
mine are ready for white.
Did you do? So you put the gloss black and then do white?
Yep.
You also do that with metal too.
Yes.
Why do you do that with white?
So the white just becomes a nice, crisper white color.
Over the black?
Over the black. Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yep.
Huh.
Yep.
Okay.
So we'll be doing that tonight.
Yeah, learn that new today. I did not know that.
So
I would have thought, because they always tell you, especially like in figure painting, do the lighter colors first, then you do your darker colors so that they cover up the lighter stuff. You got to stop dropping things, man.
I only dropped the one. The other time I was just picking up stuff I was rolling over.
I do have the light over there underneath. It's on the. Give it a second. Hopefully it's plugged in still. Hopefully it's not dead yet. Alright, so.
I got a pretty good flashlight on my phone. You're not
You're
looking
looking for a-
directly into the light.
You're looking for a clear piece,
Yeah,
aren't you?
I am. For a clear piece.
Alright.
Is it a clear piece? Oh boy.
I have an extra one.
I know, let's say, I can't find it. I'm feeling it out of your.
Yeah.
Is that it? Well, I can't really.
When you drop a piece and you look for it.
Are you pointing? See where the edge of my shadow is at?
Edge of your shadows?
Yeah, right? See what? Okay, yeah. Is that it there? No.
Probably dead roly poly.
Gross.
Gross.
At least it's not a rodent.
No. Those are upstairs in a cage.
Yeah, I saw, and I give them a very wide berth. They don't mess
You
with
got
me.
You got a thing against rodents?
Ooh, boy. I will jump up on this chair and scream like a girl.
So Jim doesn't like rodents.
No.
Especially guinea pigs.
I don't like any rodent. Rodentia at all.
So anti-rodentia.
Yes. Squirrels. Rabbits are... Squirrels are just tree rats. That's all
I'll
they
make a
are.
withdrawal from the donor kit.
Alright, let's see. Is that the new one?
We'll explain the donor kit
That's
after
the
a
donor
while.
kit.
Yeah. Yep.
Tiny, clear parts. And a man who works with his hands for a living don't usually go very well.
That's alright. My meat hooks don't handle them much either. And this is why you always want to do this is why you always want to do concrete on the floor where you build your models.
Yes.
Correct. I don't know which one is which.
Alright. Let's clear this off so we have a little bit of room.
There's one that went on this side.
So what are you boys up to tonight?
Who we got on? Anybody?
Yeah, we got Ryan and John all said hi. So they might be on. I just popped in.
My flashlight off on that one, I think. Yeah, that one goes on that side, so I'm gonna clip off. Just number 7.
Alright.
So I need number 7.
Perfect. These things. Okay, that'll work.
Nice. Nice fit.
Hey, I'm thumbtack.
Left. So let's go.
Do you have a 3D printer?
I do not. I would love to have one.
I don't know. I don't think I'm ready for that yet.
Oh, okay, John. Well, enjoy your time at the Spet tomorrow. So, be a good time. Following Charlie around, that'd be kind of fun.
Did you see that?
I did.
Did you? That was one I got in a box of stuff from the coworker. And I knew I wasn't gonna build it, so call dibs.
Yeah, you were going to donate it, and I was like, I'll take it.
Oh, don't donate this.
What? Don't what?
I wouldn't donate it, no. I don't know if I've ever seen this before. It's funny because if you look on the side, the graphics on it, that is from the movie. So when the movie first came out, he must have been sponsored.
Uh-huh.
You know how they do that
Oh, yeah.
sometimes. And, that'd be awesome.
So on my F-15 here, just to show you, I'll be sanding these off. See if I get my black. Here, we just use this. So here are some injector pen marks. Right there, and right there, and right there. Let's see if we can move it up. So you can see where those are at. In the most and opportune spots, so those will have to be removed.
Ooh.
So we'll have to get those sanded out.
They're gonna interfere with how it sits.
And no, because those will sit. It'll sit on those 2 pins right there. So that should be fine.
So why are you sanding your mouth?
So that's
Top half.
yeah.
Gotcha.
So because that'll sandwich on that. So I'll take a little bit out. So
Get your crystal drying glue.
do I have it? You need it?
Yeah. And then pack that.
Get some microcrystal glue there.
Alright, so they're having me put decals on the back side of these.
Alright.
Then glue.
I've got that taken care of.
Well, that raises an interesting question.
What?
Well, and I didn't know this. See, you do learn something from modeling. Did you know that German jerry cans and American jerry cans are different in shape and the dimpling on the side?
Really?
Evidently.
All right.
So the question I have is, I'm going to be using this for a Japanese tanker crew.
Okay.
Now I have to research and find out if the Japanese use German jerry cans or they had their own. Crap.
Imagine they had their own.
I would think that they did too.
Yeah.
Oh well, gives me something to put together.
Oh, these aren't too bad. I thought these were pretty raised up. They're not. So that's a good thing.
What was it, raised panel lines or just the
Injection pin.
ugh,
The release release points.
the bane of our existence?
Yeah. Especially in a Revell kit.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So Ryan, I saw a picture of your B58 Hustler. That was pretty cool. Nice job on that.
Is that the one you got at the show?
Yeah, the one that came with the free box.
Mm-hmm. He finished it already?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he's a speedy guy on that.
He's a machine.
Yeah. So what you working on now, Ryan? And John, what do you think of your B24 you're working on?
Is that the Mitchell?
No, it's a Liberator, B24 Liberator.
Yeah, they're gonna kick me out of the aviation club. I do that one again.
We also have new rags over at the airbrush station and over here in the middle. So
Oh, I didn't know you already had gloves.
I had those, but I'm almost out of those. I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, now you got more.
Yes. That's the important part.
Yeah. And I've got like 4 or 5 cases of them at the house. You're okay. Still in service too, I might add.
Yeah, John, that is one of the things. Sometimes you don't get much done. You do a lot of work, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, I did that. Then you're like, but then you'll have one night where you'll like work, and all of a sudden it'll be boom, you've got it
Finished.
done. Yeah.
That's kind of the fun of it, because then you lose all track of time, and then the next thing you know, it's like bedtime, and you're like, where did that go?
Yeah. Finishing up an F-117,
Ooh.
and we'll probably work on his F-18 Super Hornet next. Nice. Good job, Ryan.
Is it the Top
Cool.
Gun F-18?
Is it the what?
Yeah. Well, the new Top Gun movie, Maverick flies an F-18,
Oh, yeah.
which, whatever.
And an 14.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, sorry, spoiler alert.
That's all right.
Are you the only person in the world that
I
hasn't
think
seen
I
it yet?
probably am. I probably am. Yeah. But I hear it is a really good movie, so I'm probably going to end up watching it.
Yes.
I may just go. That may be one of those other movies, because normally I don't. Normally I rent it first and then buy it. I may just go buy it. Take a leap of faith. I think I know why I got this so cheap.
Which one?
Well, I got these barrels. They were like, it was barrels of jerry cans for like $5.
Mm-hmm.
The barrels were already built, which is great, but the guy glued them all cattywampus, so want to punish him for that.
Uh-huh.
The jerry cans aren't even finished, which I'm a ghoul with that, but there's supposed to be a couple of buckets in here, and they're gone.
You probably got it just for the buckets then.
Oh. Probably.
Man.
Scotty, clean me up. There's no intelligent life here.
Borrow that for a second. So John, this is what I'm going to bring on Monday for you to glue your clear parts. So
The micro crystal clear. Well, you can also use PVA.
That are Elmer's.
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, you do work at a school. You probably have a bunch of that, don't you?
I don't know. I'll have to check the art room, see what they got. Hey, we got 5 people watching. That's nice.
Cool.
Say hey, like, share, and subscribe. Mom with the Mats. We're looking to see who's going to be our 50th subscriber.
I wonder what number I am. I think I'm like 5th,
Okay.
I think. But we have a bit of an international following in the group on Facebook. There's a couple of international guys on there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some pretty decent modelers, too. Did you see that one, the guy finished that, what was it? It's like an anti-aircraft, the mobile anti-aircraft thing.
Mm-hmm.
That one actually looked pretty good. How's your buddy doing on that ship? I haven't seen him post any pictures of it for a while.
I
Uh-huh.
haven't either, so your guess is as good as mine.
I hope it didn't end up on the shelf of shame. Because it looked like it was doing alright. I always wanted to try and build one of those, but the sails always threw me off. I don't want plastic sails.
Yeah. Not my thing.
Oh, them old ships are awesome.
It's all the rigging and not tying.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not a knot tire.
Maybe that's the old
There
salt
you
in
go.
me.
Got it?
They're in there.
You're in there?
Kind of pain. They don't really fit nicely.
I think they're going to get covered up with something, aren't they?
Yeah, they're gonna be one of these goes on the back side of it, which I will put on now.
Okay.
Reach behind here. Hopefully grab what I'm after.
The distilled water.
Yes. Yes.
So what I'm doing right now is I just get done sanding this part off here, and what I'm doing is just buffing the scratches out so that the glue will adhere a little bit better to these spots. So that's what I'm doing.
Wipe that out first.
Matt's gonna put some decals on. I always use distilled water for decals. They don't leave water.
That's because we have
Stains.
incredibly hard water in this area.
Yes.
A lot of iron in it, and it makes the decals do weird
It's
stuff.
17 and 18.
Can't believe they're having you do decals already.
Yeah, it's weird. You start out at the body. Like step one's assembly of the body.
Yeah, you didn't do the engine at all.
No.
Every car kit I've ever done,
Engine
first. Then the interior. Then the body.
Engine, suspension, interior, body.
Yeah. Well, just like aircraft. Cockpit. Engine.
Fuselage, wings.
Tail. Landing gear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Missiles, bombs.
Missiles, bombs.
If you.
Yeah.
So, hey, got 6 people watching. Welcome to Mile of the Mats.
Oh.
Got Matt, and Jim, and our special guest this evening.
Who we got on?
It doesn't say.
Doesn't tell us. Just says
Really?
It just gives you a number.
top chat number 5. So, CD and say hi.
18.
Drop a line.
18 goes on the right.
Now my question is if we moved to Facebook Live, would you still be able to watch? That's the question I'd like to know. I like Facebook's chat, but I like YouTube's recording options. So let us know in the chat. If we switched back to Facebook Live, would you still be able to watch?
I was going to say, didn't it used to be on Facebook
Yeah.
Live?
Yeah, it used to be. But for some strange reason, my software that we're using for all these cool camera angles and all that kind of stuff does not jive with my Facebook.
Oh. Well, that's not good.
It is. It's not
But
good.
I did the cool camera angle.
You know, it wouldn't let me do I tried doing the cool little intro and all that kind of stuff. Wouldn't let me do that either. So,
Thanks, Zuckerberg.
yeah.
Rat.
So,
Filthy rat.
Lizard person.
doesn't he own YouTube though too?
No, Google owns YouTube.
Yeah, Google owns YouTube.
Oh, that's right. Let's see.
We could always move to TikTok.
Let's see. One said no. He doesn't have Facebook. One said it'd be a lot harder for me to watch. Okay. Well, you guys are our audience, so let us know.
The YouTubes it is.
It's cutting off the top of my head.
I prefer YouTube anyway. Because I can always save to watch later. I have a whole library of your videos.
Same.
Since I'm a subscriber, it just bing. You get instant notification when a new video is posted.
What you talking about, Willis?
Didn't do it.
I got that. What are those for?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Nah, it's gotta be something.
Nah.
ECM pod. Electronic countermeasures pod.
The wild weasel.
So,
The weasel.
let's see. I need his mom's.
I
Okay.
think I just showed my age.
Who was the one who said start TikTok? that was Jim. Jim said start it on TikTok.
Nope. I've never been on the TikToks. I don't plan on being on the TikToks. YouTube sucks up enough of my time anyway. I watch YouTube every day.
But it'd be kind of cool though, because then we could all be sitting here. We'd be like all of a sudden modeling, then all of a sudden just stop, and then I'll just start doing stuff like.
I'm too fat to dance. I don't want to dance.
I'm too white to dance.
Yeah.
Well, there's that too.
Oh, it must be that much of a delay because Ryan just responded with ha 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 ha.
I'm too dad to dance.
Yeah, there you go. I like that one. I'm too dad to
I'm too
dance.
dad to dance.
John said TikTok could be good. A lot of people grow really quickly on TikTok.
Yeah, it's also owned by the Chinese. No.
Yeah. So.
No, no thanks.
These fit horrible.
Are you holding your mouth right? As my grandpappy used to say. Boy, you ain't holding your mouth right. Really?
I think you're
That is horrible.
Like, is there grading like printed on the glass?
No. That's just the decal wider than the spot it needs to sit on.
No.
So it's gonna have to get snipped.
Wow.
Just a hair.
Ryan says the thing about TikTok is while people are scrolling, they can get your stream if they're, let's see, in their feed, while in YouTube you really don't get that. Okay.
Wow.
Good ideas.
I kind of said it as a joke, but
Now I was trying to think about it going,
well, I guess hey, it's your channel, buddy. You do what you gotta do. You know, it's your world. I just live in it. Tamia, why would you do that? You're better than that.
They're like, no, we're not.
They are. I know they are. I've built your kids before. Well, that wasn't good.
You don't swallow that.
Yeah.
so you're doing the jerry cans and stuff? Or are you
Yeah, but they... Okay, I guess I can show you because you have the camera.
Yeah. Hold on a second.
Oh, am I not on the...
No, he's
So,
in full concentration mode.
I don't know if you can see that or not, but
Okay. That back down just a little bit. There you go.
see the pins,
Uh-huh.
and there's a ledge all around here, right?
Let's see. Let's go. Okay.
And then if you look at that, that ledge is supposed to fit in here. But look at that.
Ah.
Do you see that big booger right there in the middle?
Yep.
To me, a shame on you. So when I put them together, look at that gap. And that goes all the way around.
What's dumb about this is when you put this on here,
Look at
you're
that.
not even gonna see it.
Can you see that?
Yeah. Right there. There you
There
go.
we go.
Oh yeah, you go. Never mind.
Look at that. That's...
See, the only thing is that to go live, I think you need 1,000 followers on TikTok.
On 1,000 followers.
1,000 followers on TikTok.
Wow, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
So just in comparison,
Oh, he said he doesn't know for a fact though. All right.
these are the American jerry cans that I just put together, and all they need is a seam scraped. Oh, they may not know what that means.
Well, they will.
Oh, yeah, they're about to find out. Guess I'm gonna have to do it. So one of the really neat tricks that we do, you notice there's, oh, there we are. There's an edge, and inevitably you get that because when you use the model glue, it melts part of the plastic. And when you squish it together, you get that stuff that comes up. So you got to get rid of that seam. Best way in the world to do it is to scrape it. Get rid of most of it, make it even. Put my eyes down here so I can see what I'm doing. So the sides are flat. See that? And you take your Flory standing stick. Matt's so proud of me right now. I'm gonna need to fill some of these too. Far out. But you can see. Can you see that? Can you see that? Much better.
No seam. Yeah.
Well, I still got a lot of work to do on it, but you can see how it's starting to get compared to that. That looks much better. And that's kind of the idea. I mean, the whole point is trying to make it as real as possible.
While these guys are on it, he said you could show a small, quick video of you live and build your followers from that, and then go live once you get 1,000 followers. I think you could get 1,000 followers really quick. All right. Well,
Wow. Who knew that it was just a joke?
I don't know. I know modelers who are on Instagram. I know of modelers who are on YouTube. I don't know many modelers that are on TikTok.
Well, I don't know. I'm not on TikTok, so I will take your word for it.
Pretty kind of cool.
It's really a shame that we can't see who's actually on.
Right.
So like when I'm not here and I log in, you don't know it's me unless I say it's me.
Yes.
Right. Correct.
And if you keep interacting, we don't know you're still watching.
Oh,
Yeah.
It just gives us a number,
that's kind of a shame.
active people.
Whereas like Facebook would say, "Hey, so and so just logged on. Say hi to them."
Yeah. Like I wish I could hit this top chat icon and it would show me the name of everyone that's currently active.
Well, but that's the thing. With YouTube, you don't have to log on. And I bet that's why. My YouTube, I have to, because otherwise I don't get my subscriptions and whatnot.
Right.
But, and then my YouTube videos don't get shown if I don't log on. Yes, I put a couple videos on YouTube. But it's not about modeling. They're gaming videos.
Like RPG.
No, like video gaming.
Oh, nice.
Like I play it, and I've been playing it for forever. It's a game called Battle Pirates on Facebook, and it used to belong to a clan, and it's naval combat basically, but futuristic naval combat. And the clan that I belong to was called the Four Horsemen, and you basically hit other players' bases for points and treasure. And I they used some program that I found online to film it and then posted it on our clan website and posted it on Facebook. I also made a video of when I went to the Arizona. I made a tribute video for the Arizona Memorial.
Here we go.
Nice. Let's see what
I had to shave one of them because it wasn't fitting right.
So what's the decals of?
If you can see them, these little, they're like fake vents.
Oh, there
Yeah.
and there? Okay. So it's like little carbon fiber stuff?
Yeah. Mondo pain.
It's funny, I was watching an episode of Top Gear and they actually showed that car.
The GT?
Mm-hmm.
You watching the American one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
We don't.
Yeah.
We don't endorse that one.
Yeah.
You don't like the American one?
No.
Why?
Yeah.
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 It's just not Jeremy and Jeremy Clarkson. Guys, I like their chemistry better.
The British guys?
Yeah. It's funnier.
The British have such a dry humor.
I know, that kind of humor resonates with me anyway, so it's probably why. Coming from a giant Monty Python
Oh, well,
fan. So.
yeah. He was not.
This is a good little tool. It's by Citadel. It's a seam scraper. So
Cheater.
you see me use it right here. So just take the seam where I have a couple spots that are a little rough still, and just run it across there. Little tiny little sliver of plastic comes off.
Crap.
Let's see if I can show it.
Yeah, fingerprint.
Yeah.
See that? Comes right off.
Goodness gracious.
And nice and smooth. Let's see, these not too bad injector pen areas. Again, why I like my Flory Sanders, dirty, nasty right there. Just got done sanding that.
Tap, tap, tap. Clean.
Clean.
I think I'm
Moving
still.
on the quarter panels.
It's so funny. This little stick right here that I use I've got one. I use the green one mainly.
Uh-huh.
I think I've had the same. I've been using the same one for like 4 models now, and I've had to clip off the ends just because I use the ends, and it's finally starting to peel back
Uh-huh.
after 4 models.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love them.
Green one and the blue one's the ones I use the most.
Yes. And then I use what's the white one, the polishing one, the white faced one. Yeah, that is an amazing polisher. I used that when I had to get rid of the seam on my Tomcat canopy, and I used modeling compound, and it was gone. Of course,
You ever use this side wet?
Yeah, I use that.
You can
side
use them wet?
I use
This
that
is
side
wet.
wet.
So-
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's why I get a little bit of this, a little water,
Yeah.
a couple
I
spritz,
didn't know you could use them wet.
and then you just kind of do a little circular motion.
Really?
Yep.
Take that.
Yep.
Okay.
So-
Good to know.
Yeah.
That is good to know. No, I did not know you could use them wet.
Yes. This is when you get a little too vigorous with it and burn a section through it.
Happens all the time. Oh, yeah.
Was doing an edge and didn't realize how hard I was pushing down on the edge. Next
And
thing I realized
you're into the sponge.
all of a sudden it's like going. I was like, "What's going on?"
What's
and I was
going
like, "Oh,
on?
split that."
I went right through it.
Yeah. So here in just a bit, I'm going to show you what happened to my Ford GT.
Tease, tease, tease.
Stay tuned. I got to have Matt here be ready to be in that same little area to show you what happened.
So even modelers have been doing this for a long time. Make mistakes
Yes, we'll just say that.
all the time.
It's where you learn.
Hope this needs touch up too. That's good. We'll glue these down. We'll spray it all together.
All right.
Cover up that half.
So open them.
Is that supposed to sit flush on there? Or is it supposed to be
I'm
up
working
there?
on it.
Are you working on it? Okay.
It's not sitting down.
I believe I did that. So now I'm going to prevent it.
I say I don't think those are sanitary anymore.
Not if I blew it on the ground.
That's it.
Sanitary, I'm not worried about. They have the constitution of a dwarf. Well, you remember Lou, don't you, Mr. H? Remember Lou from Game Days? He played Pirates with us?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's
That's
supposed
going back like 20 years.
Has it really been? It hasn't been that long.
Close to it.
Really?
At least 15. Because I'll be married 14 years. That was before that.
That was before you were married.
Yeah.
Oh, crap. Thanks a lot. Now I feel old.
Sorry. Sorry, there's a little bit of Canadian coming out there. Sorry.
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 He's all about it.
Yep.
I talk to Canadians every day.
Really?
Oh, every day. Yeah, they come across my phone, and like one of the ones I always see is Red Deer, Alberta,
Okay.
Saskatoon, Saskatchewan.
Ah.
Yes, I actually know how to say it. Edmonton. I actually talked to. There's a company called Laboratoire Diesel. The guy, they don't speak English, so we have to converse in email through Google Translate because they don't speak English, I don't speak French, and so their emails come to me in French, so I copy and paste it into Google Translate, and I have to translate it into English, and then when I want my reply, I put it into Google Translate and translate it into French and send it back.
Wow.
Yeah.
That sounds obnoxious.
Well, it is. Yeah, I get paid a lot of money for doing that, though, so it's fine.
Where do you work? What do you?
It's a place called Diesel Performance Products. Almost forgot.
Okay.
We make the FASS fuel system, FASS.
Okay.
It is a FASS stands for fuel air separation system.
Okay.
So in all liquids, you know, beer, champagne, water, soda, there's what they call entrained air in the fuel.
Okay.
And with diesels, it's really important to get rid of that because it allows the engine to burn it more efficiently.
Okay.
Alan says he's watching. Commented on our thingy.
So we build, it's a pump basically. It's a lip pump that moves fuel from the tank that feeds a high pressure pump that feeds the injectors.
Gotcha. So it's part of that witchcraft that diesel is.
Sort of. It's not witchcraft. It's unnatural because there's no spark plugs.
That's right. It's witchcraft. It's like electric.
Oh, we don't talk about the electric. Actually, it's funny. I watched. What was it? I've been watching a lot of Formula One lately. Actually, I watched every race this season. I'm so addicted to it. But there's actually an electric Formula One.
Boo.
Right? You know how when they go by and they got that real great camera shot that goes. You know what electric sounds like?
What?
That's it. I'm like, where's the
Yeah.
Yeah. And then what was it? Last weekend we got back from Ren Fair, and before I fell asleep in front of the TV, I was watching electric off-road racing. You could hear the sand hit the car, but you couldn't hear the engine. No.
What fun is that?
No.
No, me gusta.
No. No electric. And then if you've seen the new electric Mustang, that just
Yes.
Shelby is rolling over in his grave right now. It looks like an SUV. Shame on them.
We got one of the electric F-150s too.
That's
Rather
not a
boring
truck.
looking.
That's a toy. Cool. No fingerprints. Look at me. Oh, did you hear about the plane crash at the Reno air races?
No.
Oh yeah, they were flying. I don't know if it was one of the BD jets or they were racing the mini jets or whatever it was, and the guy, you know, because they come in pretty low, and then when they banked, they like that. He banked and just went right into the ground. I don't know why. I don't know if they've still figured out why he did it or not, but it's on video. You can see video of it. Yeah. Guy bought the farm, unfortunately. It's a shame. I didn't think they even did those air races anymore, but evidently they do. Waiting for the Red Bull air races to do that too.
These body panels are not very nice.
Alright.
Especially since the glue likes to take the paint off.
That's not good.
So I'm going to do some paint work again because of how the glue is.
That's not nice.
Should have glued these on beforehand, but I didn't realize this was going to be a pain. Because that's no bueno.
No.
I might have to fill that in and sand it.
Means you're gonna have to paint it again too.
Yeah. Luckily, the stripe, I can just paint a tape over the stripe.
Oh, is it on the stripe?
No. Just like right. Gluing that down made that look like poopy.
You might want to check some reference photos. That might have to be there. Isn't that part of the door?
No, the
aren't
door
those
is right
going?
here. So the door would come up like that, and that shouldn't be
Oh.
a thing. I'll look either way just to make sure, but
Because wouldn't that be nice if you didn't have to?
I know. Well, I dumped glue in there, so this one's sitting down, and obviously it piled up in there, so
Yeah.
now it looks like garbage.
Garbage.
The stripe turned out really nice.
It did.
That was like
Yep.
all
The
I
paint
did.
job actually turned out really good. I don't see a whole lot of
Starting
work
to look
peel
like an
on it. Well,
airplane.
yeah,
There's a little bit, but not a lot.
on
A
the
lot of
stripe
it will
more
get
than anything
a
else.
lot of it will get covered up when you clear it.
Yeah.
So that'll be good.
Well, you're gonna wet sand it too, aren't you?
I usually do. I'll take this guy actually.
Yeah.
I want to get all the panels on. Touch up the blue because it's not even. Because I sprayed these quarter panels separate from the body, so that you can tell there's a bit of a
Color difference?
not color difference. Like I like a coat. These had less coats of paint than the body did.
Really?
So it's a little lighter. It looks a little lighter. You can like some of the white is bleeding through.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I can't tell the difference.
I know you. You wouldn't even know they were blue
Well,
unless I
no,
told
I
you
wouldn't know they were blue,
blue.
but I could tell a shade difference for sure if they were different.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's
So if you look
Oh man.
directly on it, look at the quarters versus the roof.
now I see it.
Yeah,
Yeah. Now.
like the quarters are lighter than the roof.
Yeah.
So maybe I should assemble mine and then
Paint it.
repaint it then.
You know, it's
Right.
funny. I did that with the PT 109. Painted it all in one shot. It actually worked out really well. You know, as an airplane modeler, and I know that Mr. H is going to feel this too, the cockpit you have to do separate because there's no way you can do that in the fuselage.
Right.
But once everything's together, you can paint the whole thing.
Uh-huh.
Well, I found out you can do that with tanks. You can do that with cars. You can deal with anything. I mean, I did it with that PT 109.
Uh-huh.
I didn't leave it separate and paint each one of those separately and then try to glue them together. I built the whole dang thing and just went, and it worked out great. It looks, you know, it's not my best work, but it was okay.
Yeah.
You know, for a really quick build. I mean, I literally finished it up the night before the show. I finished it, I went to bed, got up, put it in a box, and took it to the show. So who are the two kids that went to the show? They're on tonight, right?
Where Ryan
is.
Ryan
and
is.
then I think John didn't. He's the one that he couldn't. He ended up having hockey practice instead.
Oh.
So.
Well, gotta have hockey.
So. As I say, now we're going to have to get into the point where modeling with the mats might depend on the hockey schedule now.
On the blue schedule. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because the concert schedule's now done. Are you done going to concerts now?
I don't have any waiting. If anything comes up, maybe, but I don't have any tickets or anything.
Hey, somebody say something on the chat, because I want to make sure it's not frozen. So if you can do that, that'd be great.
Help, frozen.
Back bump. Too. I actually got a free pair of tickets to tomorrow night's preseason game.
Did you? Yeah. They're on a tear. They've only lost one game so far.
I haven't lost any.
I thought they lost to the Stars.
Nope.
Oh, okay. Never mind. They haven't lost any then. Yeah, that's preseason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't take any stock in
I
preseason.
don't either.
But free tickets to their game. We'll go to the
Well, yeah. The hockey game.
I
is
can
a-
hear you. It's not frozen. Okay. Thank you, John. Appreciate
hockey
it.
game is a hockey game. I'll go.
You got free tickets in the lower bowl even.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, hey, big spender.
Somebody spent them. Actually, preseason lower bowl tickets are pretty cheap anyway. Cause
Okay.
Let that dry off for a little bit.
Oh, I knew there was another one.
All right. All right, let's go and get that 4GT. You know, I was looking at these and kind of wishing, I wish they had like a little bit of a foam pad on these.
glue some on.
Yeah, I might just do that.
I got some.
What, foam pad?
Well, I got foam.
Foam.
Yeah.
The closed cell kind.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I might have to do that.
You got your procs on, don't you?
Yeah.
It'll cut. You can actually cut that in half. You can rip it, like layer it if you need to. Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Do you have the? Oh, you don't have the rip fence.
Not the big one. I got the little one.
Oh yeah. What's the wood?
The wooden one from
Yeah. Yeah. You know.
Savage Lands.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't have that one. Do you have that?
No,
Oh.
I don't. I don't have one of those.
Oh.
I want one, like really, really badly.
Think about that. That gives me an idea. So I'm not going to take your phone. But
Why? It's just the top of this.
yeah. Just gonna check to see if I might have something else. So
Set that in there.
all right. So
What's this?
how we switch. I love it.
That's so weird.
That quarter panel wasn't gonna stay.
That's so weird. You worked on the GT, worked on an Eagle. You got done with the Eagle, you got done with GT, and then you switched, and now you're working on an Eagle, he's working. That's weird.
It was necessary.
And then here
Oh, that's
I am,
right. I
just-
forgot I had that clamp in there. Means it sat for a week clamped. That's good.
All right. So
I bet it's really secure.
we have two 4GT kits. The reason why we have two 4GT kits, one is they're not mine and Matt's, they're both mine. Here's the reason why. I had to strip some paint off of the 4GT that I messed up on. Yeah, I messed up on it. And I got some bubbles in the paint. So I needed to strip it off. It sat a week in 99 proof, or excuse me, percent isopropyl alcohol,
99 proof is good too.
which should have taken everything off of it. It did not, because it wasn't an alcohol-based paint.
It was not acrylic.
Like Tamiya, which is an alcohol-based paint.
Yeah.
Acrylic. So I decided to put it in some lacquer thinner. Okay.
Hot stuff.
Well,
Should have used it.
here's what happens. Lacquer
Away.
gets really hot with plastic.
Oh yeah, it's hot.
Didn't realize that. Here is my modern art masterpiece. This is the rear bumper, the front bumper, 2 quarter panels, and 2 side mirrors, all melted together. Never coming apart. Because of that, I have to get another model. So that's why we have 2. So I have an air and a spare.
Well,
If I click the wrong one.
if we don't make mistakes, we don't learn nothing.
That's right.
That's how I lost the windshield on my Challenger.
By soaking it in
Lacquer.
Ooh.
Yep. Oh.
Because it,
Hey.
Hello.
I was trying
How's
to
your-
get the
Take your-
clear off of it.
Good.
It turned out poopy. And I put it in some lacquer, went to go run some errands, came back to a bowl of nothing.
A plastic soup.
It was
Yes.
not even plastic soup, it was all gone.
But here's the funny thing. Let's get out of the way, bud. Gotta go get something.
Hello.
Guess what? I was stripping the plastic part.
Were you
off
playing
in.
football?
No.
Soccer?
That soccer ball was just right there.
Oh.
I went back to
I'm
school.
trying to think. I think the worst I ever did was back in the day when the miniatures were metal and lead. Somebody gave me the idea that if you put them in the oven for a few, that they would soften up and you could paint them better. Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that.
And then I also tried to mold like most what they call trike gear aircraft, like what the F-15 is. You have to put nose weight in the nose cone. So I got the bright idea to take the nose cone and melt lead fish weights and just pour it into the plastic feed. I didn't think it would be that hot. Yeah, no, it just went so yeah.
But here's the crazy thing about it. About the.
It didn't melt the cup.
It didn't melt the cup. It was in this cup.
Yeah.
It was in this cup. This cup is a plastic cup. It
Well,
didn't melt
it's
this
a
cup.
different plastic. I bet that's. These are polystyrene. Yeah,
Polystyrene.
polystyrene. That's probably
Yes.
yeah. That's what I'm thinking. It's like high impact molded ABS.
Polypropylene. PP.
Yeah. That's why.
Lacquer didn't melt that.
That's why.
Yeah.
That's why.
So.
The bad part about it is that if you try to make a model with polypropylene, it doesn't work.
Right.
You can't glue it with. It won't melt. I mean, it'll melt, but you got to use heat.
Right. So yeah.
So yeah.
So we have 2 GT kits.
One is now the donor kit.
Yes.
Donor. Yeah. So
No, because I'm taking pieces out of it.
also as a modeler, you
It's not
learn
a complete kit anymore.
Yeah.
you always end up with some extra parts. You always end up with a few extra parts.
Yeah, because every kit doesn't necessarily use every part in the
Right.
box.
So as a modeler, as a model builder, you end up with a stash of styrene sprues. You end up with a stash of like jerry cans. You end up with a stash of bombs that you don't put on the airplane or tires or wheels or whatever. And that's what they use for scratch building. That's what they use to, or what they call kit bashing, where you take the kit of one and make it into something else out of parts from your part stash.
You're supposed to be in bed.
I just got home like a few minutes ago.
Okay.
I just have to eat.
Okay. Can I have my sticky tack?
Yes.
Poster tag.
So we're labeling this donor kit, so that we don't take the same pieces out of the same out of
Yeah,
different
yeah.
ones and all that. So
Well, the nice thing is if you screw up the windshield, you know you got an extra.
yes.
Because that's usually what I screw up in the cars, is the windshield.
So yeah, there's a story about why I have 2 GT kits and a modern art masterpiece.
Yep. It's on the shelf of shame. Actually, I pulled a model off my shelf of shame yesterday, and I think I'm going to finish it.
Finish it?
It was that OV10, the Bronco.
Yeah.
I just lost interest in building it. I mean, nah. But then I looked at it, I'm like, I'm almost done with it. You know, now that I built that 109, I just put the whole thing together and paint it. I think I'm just going to do that. I think I'm just going to build the whole thing and then just mask it off and paint it and call it done.
Oh yeah, those were the pieces I melted. Yeah, right there. Oh, are you supposed to be red then too? B21.
It'll say on there. X1, I think that's black.
Yeah, but black, that's the one. It says under panel. Because I painted one like that. Red. Let's see. What is the quickest you've ever finished a kit?
I did one in a day.
Yeah.
It looked like crap, but I did it in a day.
Mm-hmm.
That was what I was modeling when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Monster truck.
Okay.
Yeah. No paint. Because most of the kits come in molded in whatever color they mold them in. This happened to be molded in black.
Gotcha.
So the wheels were white. The truck body was black. I just put it all together, put the decals on it, and stuck it on the shelf. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. A day.
Can you grab that intruder up there?
This one?
Yeah, tan nose one.
What's tan?
Yeah.
Holding it like a fish.
Well, yeah.
I did this one.
It's like you don't hand a knife blade first.
Well, like, you see both top and side. Let's see if I get it. There we go. So I did this A6 Intruder, 1/72 scale one. Did that in one model with the matte session. I think we were on for 3 hours. Paints.
Oh,
and
that's the one. You
everything,
didn't
so-
think you were going to get it done, and
No,
you did.
I did. I finally got it done. It's not the best. It's not the best kit. Not my best work, but I did it in about 4 hours. So,
Haste makes waste.
yes.
Or haste, in this case, makes semi-ugly models.
But I wanted to see if I could do it. So, because I had been stuck in a rut, and I was just like, I want to try one done. I want to get it done as quick as I can.
And then on the other side of that spectrum, we went to Springfield this past weekend, or the weekend before, and we went to Branson. We went to the Titanic Museum, and if you've never been there, it's pretty cool. If you haven't been there, it's pretty cool. But in the lobby when you first walk in is a 1/72 scale model
Titanic.
of the Titanic. Took the guy 2.5 years
Oh, wow.
to build it. And you're not, for whatever reason, they say it's against the law to take pictures in the lobby area.
Uh-huh.
Of course, Wendy broke the law and took pictures. But, because I was just, fanboying all over this model. Detailed to the nth degree. I mean, I looked at the bow and I could almost see Rose and Jack just,
Jack and Blake.
Yeah, the turnbuckles on the guy wires were there. I mean, it was amazing. Beautiful work. Beautiful work. 2.5 years it took this guy to do it, and it's big. It's every bit as long as this room.
That's crazy.
I mean, imagine. I mean, most of the Titanic, it's like the one that I have is one. Was it 550th scale?
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's this long. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. So I think the longest it's ever taken me to build a model. Do RC models count? Yeah, okay.
No.
So,
Plastic.
So, yeah, because the RC models, I had one that took me a year. Then I crashed it on its main flight. We don't talk about that one.
You want to talk about Bruno?
We don't talk about the Corsair. I'm not destined to fly them. So that's actually a pretty funny story. I'll tell in a minute. I think the longest kit it ever took me to build was probably the Marauder, the B25.
26.
26.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, B26.
Yeah, the
B26 Marauder.
Johnny Joe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it had the raised panel lines, and I can't stand raised panel lines, so I rescribed all of the panel lines on the plane. That took me a week. Yeah. I learned a lot by doing that, though. If you've never had a chance to rescribe an entire model, I do recommend it. You learn about the limits of what styrene will take. And I did it with one of those Tamiya, one of those. Yeah. I hate them. Yeah,
This is
one
a
of those.
rescriber.
Oh, horrible. So I went out and I bought the really nice all metal ones from I can't think of the name, Unlab or whatever it is. They come in a set of 3,
Okay.
but they're all metal, and it's all hardened tool steel, and they are sharp. And I can do a fine line from like a pin to wider than what that'll gouge out. Now,
Wow.
but I learned a lot about it. If you've never rescribed a model, it's fun and yet it's not. But yeah, that one took me a while. Yeah, that one took me a while.
You ever use one of these?
I have. I'm not a fan.
Not a fan.
Well,
Don't want to re-rivet the entire thing?
no. Well, luckily the Marauder didn't need was it a Liberator?
No.
Which one is it's a Marauder.
26.
Yeah.
B26 Marauder. B24 Liberator. B25
That's
Mitchell.
that's the real one, the fat one that sits low.
Yeah, that one up there. That's a Liberator.
Yes. Mine's the twin engine with the St. Charles, the one that's at the air show all the time. You've got a model of it.
That?
Yes. Thank you. The 25. Ben Mitchell.
B25.
Yes. Anyway. So I forgot what I was saying. See, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, the riveting.
Yeah.
Luckily, you can't really see. They're flush-mounted rivets. They're flush rivets, so you can't really see them. But like on a B-17 or on a Mustang, well, on a Mustang they are, but everything else they're not.
Right.
So no, the problem that I have with those is I can't do a straight line. I should, as I get older, the dexterity that I have to do that, even with an airbrush, I can't do it. I just can't. I just, so I was able to scribe. I used, it's called Dymo Tape. Do you remember the thing where you turn the dial and you press the thing, the embossed letter label thing?
Yep.
That tape is really thick and it's plastic. It sticks really well. So I would cut a piece about like that and I'd stick it on there and I'd scribe and then pull it off and move it, scribe, and then you have to go back and then finish the corners, and then you take this stuff and you run it all down these grooves and it softens it up. It looks great. It turned out really well.
Wow.
It turned out really well. So I recommend it, yet I don't recommend it.
Okay.
So I guess I'll have to tell the story of this Corsair now. So I used to fly the remote controlled aircraft. 1/10 scale, 1/15 scale, the big ones. And me and my buddy Lou, we started out with trainers that were made out of foam and PVC piping and balsa wood, and we then graduated. He's a flyer and I'm a builder. These things, and you literally get a huge box of sticks and you build with super glue on top of the plans.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. And then you cover it in this mylar film that is heat activated, and it creates the skin. You mount an engine to it, you put radio gear in it, and you fly it. It's amazing. I love it. I'll have to post some videos. So I decided that I was going to build me a Corsair. It's my favorite aircraft in the whole wide world. They have a beginner's version, scale version of it. It's like what they call a squint scale.
Okay.
So you look at it like that, and yeah. So, I built it. It took me 6 months to build this thing. Looked great. Took it out on the maiden flight. Everything's set up. Everything's trimmed out. Everything's good. The wind picked up a little bit. Ran it down the runway. It took off, and it went. It got me 6 feet off the ground, and tail sat and just exploded. Oh, the exact look I had on my face. I was so close to crying it wasn't even funny. So I went out and I grabbed all the radio gear. I grabbed the motor, grabbed the prop, grabbed all the other pieces out of it. A month later, I went and bought another kit. This time it took me a year because I made modifications because there were certain things about the kit that I didn't like. And it took me a long time. And I used carbon fiber thread to get it all really strong. There was no way this plane was going to kill itself. Yeah, I took off. Now, when you set these two-stroke engines, you start them, and then there's a what they call a high-speed needle where you adjust it, and you got to get that sweet spot where it's, you know, right there where it's not too lean but not too rich, and you can tell by the smell and the smoke that's coming out of it what it is. Well, I set it a little too lean because of the way the exhaust had to come out. It has this gathering point that shot out the bottom, and I thought I had it, but it was actually gathering in this chamber and then shot, and I didn't see it. And I took off, and I actually flew it. I actually got 3 circuits around down there at the college.
Okay.
And it leaned out on me. And then, and that's all she was. Well, for those who don't know, the Corsair doesn't glide very well. And it went, maiden flight. I took all the gear. Because I even made handmade like nose art for it, and it looked beautiful. And I took the pieces and I hung them on the wall as a reminder to never ever build another remote controlled F4U Corsair ever again. I'm not destined. I just wasn't. I'm just not. Yeah. Thank you. It's my masterpiece. That was it. And Lou always gives me crap about it. He says, "You're gonna build your Corsair?" Nope. I even built a Corsair 2 and did the same thing. You know, the jet? Yeah, no. Nope. So I am not destined to be a Corsair pilot. And I'm like, no. Now that's an expensive hobby. A lot of people think this is expensive, but
No. That's no more. Totally agree.
Yeah, we walked into Action Hobbies. I'll never forget this. You know, we walked in there looking like we do, and the guy was like, oh, yeah, he was talking to somebody else. And I asked him, well, can I see that engine? And I was in there to spend, I walked out of there and spent like $1,500. Bought 2 kits, a radio, and by the time we were done, this guy was stepping and fetching for me, like, and he was the owner. Yeah. So, yeah. The good old days. I'll have to break out some of those videos. There's a tree at the college that we used to call the plane-eating tree. Because me and Lou actually did combat. And they do combat with RC. They have these 20-foot long crepe paper tow ribbons that they tow behind it, and when you cut the ribbon, that's a kill. You're supposed to land. Well, yeah, whatever. Which we didn't have any crepe paper at the time, so we're like, let's just get the trainers up, and we just did. We went after each other, and mid-airs ensued, and it was fun. You know, and the wings are really, these trainers are really thick. They got a flat bottom airfoil, and the foam on them's like this. We did it like multiple times, and they're held on by rubber bands. So when you hit, it just kind of comes off, and the thing comes down, and it's PVC, and you just put it back together and take off again. And we just kept doing it, and we finally lost the plane to a tree that's in the middle of that parking lot out there in ECC. You know, where the one that used to be gravel, and now it's paved.
Yeah.
Well, there's a tree just on the outer, right there in that open field, all by itself. We call it the plane-eating tree.
Try
Yeah.
that tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'll just check it out.
There you go. It'll be right there in the middle. Yeah. We used to go out there all the time. I tried to kill a security guard out there by running him over with an airplane. That's when they were driving that little Omni Horizon around. that little brown thing. One of the other guys that was out there had a race plane. This thing would do every bit of 200 miles an hour. I mean, it was like, you know, and he banked it off the building out there. It got away from it. The signal just went errant, and he finally got control of it, and it just went right off the side of the building, and he flew it. He landed it. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh, we had a good time out there. We had a real good time out there. No, I do the static stuff now because it's disheartening to see them crash like that. You put a lot of work into them, and then you know the fun part is flying them. But yeah, it's when they crash like that, it's just it just tore me up. Tore me up.
Just get that sick pit in your stomach. You're like, oh.
I seen a guy actually rage quit. I mean, he never built another one ever again. He built a prop-driven F4 Phantom. You know, in the air, it's not real jets, although they do have real jets.
Ducted fan ones, yeah.
Well, they've even got some now that are actually turbine. They actually belch fire. Not ducted. Oh, yeah, they burn alcohol. Afterburner, the whole nine. Yeah, oh, yeah. But he flew that F4, and he literally crashed it into a trash barrel. it went, it cut the wings off, and the only thing, it was all in the barrel out there. And he just went out there, grabbed the engine and the gear, and left the thing in the barrel, and he never built another plane ever again. He quit right then and there. He was so angry that he never did it again.
Man.
I hope I don't ever get that way. I hope I
All right,
never.
we got another question. We have John asking, what made you start modeling as a kid?
Oh,
So, open for all and any.
I don't remember.
Don't remember?
No, I don't.
I remember. Do you?
My dad did modeling, and he had an F-15 and an F-4 Phantom that he built that were on in our basement, and I always used to walk by in awe of what he did, and was like, I want to learn how to do what he did. And what's cool is that
Do you really? You still have the first one?
this is my dad built this exact same kit back when it came out originally, and I built it just a few years ago. And it's in this color and this scheme, and I just did a little bit update to it, and this is my version of what my dad used to have down in the basement.
Wow.
So, and I have another one too. So, I have one.
Well,
in the
now we know
box.
why the F-15 is his favorite airplane.
That's right. my dad worked on it.
Really?
Yeah.
Your dad and my uncle probably knew each other. My uncle worked at McDonnell Douglas when they did the what is it, what's the one with the camera, the missile with the camera in the nose? Is that the Maverick?
Yes.
Yeah, he did that. He also worked on the Harrier project.
Yep. My dad did too.
Yeah, so they probably did. My uncle Frank, he was a tool and die man out there, so they probably knew each other.
Yeah. Probably.
That was the only good thing my dad ever did for me. My dad used to build wooden ship models, the big ones, the museum, and I'll give him credit that he was good at it. You talk about rigging, you know, where you get the little pad eyes where you got to put, and that's what he did, and he would wood plank the whole thing and bend it and all that. Oh yeah,
Wow.
amazing work. But they have little metal figures of sailors that you could put on the deck. Well, my dad is half blind, or was half blind, and he couldn't paint those. So he gave them to me to paint them for his ships. So when I did that, I got into that. And then my grandfather brought me an F1, what's the 104? The dart looking, I know you got one, I've seen it.
Let's see.
That one,
Yep.
yeah.
Okay.
He brought me one crappy kit. It had that weird white plastic. Remember those? You could almost see through it. And I built it and just fell in love with it. Fell in love with it. And my mom actually signed me up back then in the late 70s. Monogram had a club that you could send away for. She mailed it off, and they would send you kits for like a subscription fee, and you belong to the Monogram Modelers Club, and that's what she did. She signed me up, and my second kit was the 1970 Chevelle, the heavy Chevy, the blue
I just
one.
got them building.
Yeah, had the hood scoop, the oval, had the big with the blower.
Don't glue there.
I wouldn't.
Don't
Just
glue
for
there.
the edge of it.
I built Airwolf, which
Yeah.
these guys probably don't even know what that is, but the black and white
Apache.
Bell 222.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but aviation was it, and that was before airbrushing was a big thing. I mean, we were brush painting
Yep.
everything, you know.
Here he sticks.
Yep. You know, but that was it. And then my first Corsair model, I stole from my sister. She wanted to try it, and she got as far as putting the cockpit together, and then didn't want it, so she gave it to me. And that was the big 1/32, the Revell that I just built. It was the same kit. It hasn't aged well at all, but I remember it, and that was it. I was hooked after that. And of course, you go off to college, you get married, girls, cars, job, girls, and cars, and then you get back into it when you're older and you've got a lot of time on your hands. But this is one of those hobbies that you could actually continue to do until you're 90, if you really wanted to.
Yeah.
You know. And that's why I like it. And now, who knew it was a social thing?
Right.
I know. Trying to make it that way.
Well, and that's the thing. I would have never even expected it. I was like, okay, this is, you hear about modelers and it's these nerds sitting in their basement building this stuff and all by themselves like gamers, but you're trying to make it a social thing. I kind of dig it.
Yeah.
Now you catch that bug, and once it's there, it's hard to get rid of.
Yeah. Oh. Hi, Caitlin. Let's see, who's our special guest? Our special guest is Jim. Jim is working on a
plethora
of things. He's doing jerry cans, which are big, 5-gallon gas tanks from World War II. He's standing them up. He's going to be putting them in a vignette of some figures. Let's see. He's going to show you what he's working on there. Of those three guys.
Can you see that?
A vignette is a scene of just people. So he's working on that. And
then I'll be working on that as well.
So working on a bust. And then
I think this is supposed to be Athena, although I don't know. Oh, I'm sorry. Her name is Draconia.
Draconia?
Draconia. It says it right there. Draconia. And if that's not her name, well, that's what we're going to call her. It's my model. I'll do what I want.
Alright, let's see. So why would you make the inside? You're going to paint it black on the inside. Why would you model it in white?
Fantastic question.
Why? Why would you model it? Why?
Fantastic question. Do they have black molded parts in that kit?
They do.
Well, then why wouldn't you? I mean, it's not like they didn't have black plastic laying around. Who did that kit?
Tamiya.
Italari? Oh,
No,
sorry.
Tamiya. So.
I'm a little biased.
Yeah.
I love Tamiya kits. Tamiya. Did we ever figure out what the proper way to say that was?
Oh, that's where you're from.
Okay. I wonder how the British say it.
Tamiya.
Do they?
Yep.
Okay.
Will Patterson says Tamiya.
Tamiya or Tamaya. Okay, Tamaya.
And then Aaron Skinner from Fine Skill calls it Tamiya.
And then who's Duke? Duke's Models. Shut up, compressor. That guy. Have you ever seen any of the videos? He calls it Tamaya.
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 So, yeah. So.
Him and Will Patterson go all through that about Tamaya. Who knew it was a thing?
Yeah.
Oh, we do it. Is it Italari?
No, it's a Tallery. Let's say it the right way. It's a Tallery.
If we're going to say it the right way, we'll just call it junk. Oh, sorry.
Hey, this little ACH 47 is pretty good.
Listen, you were cursing at it the other week.
Oh, yeah, it was.
Yeah. A lot of flash on that, was there? Parts didn't quite fit right.
Let's see. Any Halloween themed coming up later in the month? Anything Halloween themed? Let's see.
I don't know.
Let's see.
I'm trying to think what I got in my stash. You know what? I could do my Christine build. That's kind of Halloween, right? That's a sort of a horror movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, after I built, let's see, I built that vampire.
Oh, the plane. I'm like,
The plane.
you did a vampire bust?
No.
I want to see that.
Let's see. Yeah, I don't have any.
That would be an interesting group build. to do like a themed model.
Yeah.
No, I really don't. I don't really do that. I look at my stash and go, man, you know what I'm going to start doing now that I've got a big enough stash? I'm just going to go, well, this is the oldest model in my stash. I think I'm going to start with that one next.
All right. Yeah, John, we're probably going to be going here in a little bit too. So.
I wonder if Wendy's on. Got to give her a shout out.
Yeah.
Everybody thought I was going to. So, okay, without getting you in trouble, how much did we spend at the model show? Will that get you in trouble? Then don't say it. You hesitated. Matt?
Yeah.
Yeah. Will it get you in trouble if I... No. Okay.
All right.
I know it. You guys know what I took.
Yeah.
I came back broke.
I spent 80.
Really? That's it? Dude, those are like rookie numbers. You got to bring your stuff up.
Didn't have a lot of stuff I wanted.
That's true. They were kind of lacking in some stuff.
Yeah. And Matt's frugal,
Yeah.
we'll say.
Is that what we'll call it? Okay.
No, I'm cheap.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's call a spade a spade. So,
Yeah.
Mr. H, are you allowed to say? Because I'll tell you. It's the one day a year, and it's your fault.
Yeah.
You got me started on it.
Mm-hmm.
I took $200.
Uh-huh.
I spent 50 of it.
Okay.
It was, what, 11 to get in
Yeah.
with
No,
unlimited entries.
10.
10. Was it 10?
10.
Okay, so 10. So 50 of that for the raffle, which I did not clean house like nearly what I did last year.
Mm-hmm.
So 50 there, plus the 10, that's 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So I spent $130.
Okay.
And yeah, and then I walked home. I mean, you and I think, got out of there with about the same number of kits.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I still haven't even put them into my stash yet. They're still sitting. I don't have any, and that's one of the things that I'm going to be doing this weekend. Is I have to completely gut my workshop.
Yeah.
It's so crowded in there now. I can't, I got to clear off the shelving now to put the So yeah. But everybody thought I was going to get in trouble. But Wendy just and I got to give her credit. You know, she's most ladies, and I know that Tiffany's exception to this too, and you'll find this out, guys, if you do get into this hobby later on. It takes up a lot of your time, and you have to have a partner that's really understanding, because it is an addiction. I mean, if you could see the room that we're in, and the models that are unbuilt, who knew plastic was addictive? But it totally is.
Yeah.
You know, my girlfriend, wonderful lady, is an enabler. You know, she likes going to Schaefer's just as much as I do. And she knows. She knows that I'm not going to say no. Because I can't walk out of Schaefer's for less than $200. Oh, I love her to death, but she knows how to play me. So, I guess I need to hurry. I'm 54 years old. I got a lot of models to build before I die.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm ever going to get done. That's a lot of modeling to do.
Well, I figured, let's see, prior to the model show, let's see, I think I said if I build 4 models a year, I'll finish my last one when I turn 74.
And how old are you now?
48. Wow. Yeah, that was before the model show.
Well, yeah.
I think I'm up to probably...
Are we planning a trip to Schaefer's or Mark Twain anytime soon?
82? Probably now.
Yeah, so, yeah.
So, no, but I am planning on going to TireCon.
Oh, when's that? November?
November 4th.
You're never going to get done.
Yeah.
Just so you know, I'm going to put it out there for everybody to see. My stash, if I do die early, has been willed to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wendy knows to give it to you.
Give it to me?
Yeah. So I'm going to keep you, you're going to have to build them now to your, 100 and something?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot. Because, is that all of it?
What, this?
Yeah.
I got this down here.
Okay,
I got
okay. You're not just showing off.
2 bins. I got
forever.
That into there.
Oh, that whole shelf is full?
No, not down there. That's my shelf of shame down there. It's all covered up. So.
Oh, come on. We want to... All right, we don't want to show the shelf of shame. I've got 3 models on my shelf of shame.
Oh, my shelf of shame right now.
Okay, for those... Well, we need to explain what a shelf of shame is. The shelf of shame... Do you have a shelf of shame there, Matt?
Not really.
You haven't... You've built quite a few, though. Whatever happened to the Enterprise?
They're on the shelf, not a shelf of shame, just shelf of not motivated to work on them.
That's the shelf of shame.
I'm not shame. I'm not shameful about it. I just I lost all interest in finishing them.
Yeah, that's what I call the shelf of shame. So the shelf of shame is either models that you just completely screwed up on, and you're just like you rage quit them, or you get them and you're like, why am I building this? This is horrible. I don't want to do this anymore, and you just put it away. And so you put them on a shelf and they just sit there. I've got 3. The USS Missouri, which it's the old, what was that, the monogram of the Revell kit, the one you can buy at Walmart. Remember that one? Don't.
Yeah.
Horrible. It was more flash than part. And I'm just like, no, I'm done. And I clipped everything off the sprue, and I put it in a box, and it's still on. And then that Bronco, and that's an Academy kit. I just lost interest in that. And then I have a USS Kitty Hawk. I took one look at those little bitty airplanes, and I'm like, nope. So.
Well, I have currently on my shelf of shame this Dragon.
The Draken.
Because.
Is that a decal, or did you paint that?
Decal. And it shattered.
No. It looks pretty.
See the separation there?
You know, maybe a little white paint. You might be able to fix that.
Not really. So.
Too bad, too. Interesting subject.
Yeah.
The
So
Draken.
there's one. There's one of them.
I see a ship there.
There's the other one.
What is that?
The
Mobile Bay?
The Mobile Bay. And it's just.
Oh, look how tiny that thing is.
Yeah.
Wow. What class is this?
Ticonderoga?
Oh. Because this is the same kit. You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. This is the same kit that I've been looking for from my buddy Lou. His ship was the Henry B. Wilson. But it's not the same class. His is I got it wrote down somewhere.
Yeah, it's just too tiny. Just way too tiny.
I feel you.
So
I'm afraid that my PBY Catalina is going to end up like that at 144 scale. Didn't you? You actually built one of them 144 scale plates, didn't you?
oh yeah, that's
The
all
little
right.
bitty one?
Yeah. I like doing those every once in a while.
Really?
Yeah.
So if you model long enough, you'll end up with a humongous stash. You will end up with a shelf of shame, or a shelf of interest lost. It happens.
And then
The
I
car.
got the car in here too.
What is that?
The R8.
Paint job, I believe.
Yeah.
Screw them all up.
You know, if you put those in lacquer thinner, the paint will come right off.
Yeah, I know. No, this is acrylic. This one was acrylic, but it wasn't. I was gonna light it.
Oh, okay.
It was my first try of that. You know.
Oh, cool.
So, but I was gonna do the taillights, and the taillights are too close together. So I got to really finagle them in there, and the super glue wasn't holding. And I was spraying it with the kicker, and it still wasn't staying, and it just made
And
me
then
mad.
it clouded them over.
And then I was just like, okay.
All right, I'm done.
And you're about to go across the room, so
Just so you know, I've done that too. Yeah, I actually working on the old Revell SR-71 Blackbird, and that thing was more putty than plain. Back in the day, it was horrible. Now they retooled it; it looks really good now. But
molded in white. It's
is
molded in white.
It is not.
It's molded in white.
Are you kidding me? Again, a completely black airplane molded in white. Anyway,
Yes.
so it was so much putty and so much sanding, and I don't like body work that I just like screw it. and just rage quit it and moved on to the F-105, the Thunder Chief.
So let's see. Those should have that should be the top. So that should go over there on that side.
Is that the next order?
Yeah.
Next in line.
Yep. Next in line.
Caitlin says she's commenting on the size of your stash. Her stash of nail polish bottles of upwards of 120 plus nail.
It's like the Imelda Marcos shoe
Nice
addiction.
job. Yeah.
You know.
So Caitlin, you asked why do I go by Mr. H? By the way, it just happened. You know, I told kids they could call me that if they wanted to. You know, Mr. Huckleman, Mr. H. I responded both, so I'm all cool with that. So that's why. So you could be. I don't know. With being a, let's see, you have. Because you have Von and Seckendorf, so you be Caitlin VS. Make you sound like a Brandy.
You know, I have 4 letters in my last name. People still screw it up. I've been called everything from Love to Lord to Lori.
How do you screw that up? It's
Hey,
L-O-R-E.
that's what I asked. You know, L-O-R-E.
Yeah.
It's lore without the folk.
Yeah.
It's folklore without the folk.
I just think of Dave's brother.
Exactly. I loved it when they did that, by the way. I'm like, that's my name. Yeah, I totally fanboyed over that. So I have a question. I don't know if I've ever asked you this before.
Did I leave you a clamp last time?
Yes, you did. Where was it?
Should be
There's a
in
clamp
my-
right there. There's one there. There's one over there.
I think I have them.
I got some of the metal
I
ones
got
in
them all
here.
in.
You got 'em
I
all
got,
down?
I got one over there
You have 4, right?
and 3 on
Three
this
there,
right
okay.
now, so.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I've ever asked you this question.
Me? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tin Man.
Yes.
Where did that come from? Is that from Star Trek?
No.
Oh, okay. Because that's how I know you. That's how I know. I've been calling you Tin Man since the day I met you.
Yes.
I didn't even know your name was actually Matt until you started doing this. I didn't even know your name. I'm just like, oh, you mean Tin Man? Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So where did it come from?
I'll tell you later.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll tell you later.
We
Okay.
have been on an hour and a half.
Yeah, we haven't. So
What time is it?
it's
9:10.
9:10.
Oh.
So, and we got some people that are getting ready to get off. So, should we bid them adieu, gentlemen?
Bid them adieu.
So,
Adieu.
all right. So we're gonna keep on modeling here and creating plastic mayhem and all that. So we're gonna be doing that. So we thank you all for watching. Thank you. Appreciate it. The 5 people watching right now. If you watch and replay, put it in the comments. So we love it. Thank you for watching Mom with the Mats. As always, I'm Matt,
I'm Matt.
and that's
Hey, I'm Jim.
Jim. So we thank you for watching tonight. Have a good night, and we'll see you all next week, hopefully.
The person formerly known as Matt.
Bye bye.
I am the modeler formerly known as Matt.
Yeah.